I get this question all the time, on my posters, my animations, more than I should, really. So why does Alyx Vance from Half-Life Alyx look like that? A common misconception that I see a lot is that this is supposed to be young Alyx Vance. I guess people might think this because you play as young Alyx in this game, but I find it really strange that people think this because you never see yourself until it replays the episode 2 ending showing you Alyx Vance from episode 2. Also, if you look at the promotional art for Half-Life Alyx, Alyx Vance actually looks nothing like this. Sometimes when people see this model, they usually say she looks like she's in her 50s rather than 27 or younger. At least that she is much older than she actually is supposed to be. And people seem frustrated because they see that some of the characters have been redesigned especially for their appearance in VR, and that they think this is supposed to be the definitive look of Alyx. But I have the answer. I have the full reason why Alyx Vance's model looks this way. It's unfinished. The thing you need to know about game development is that if you can't see it, the developers have no reason to actually put in the effort to make it look good. You see this Alyx at a very specific angle and a very specific lighting where you just can't get a good look at her without ruining your immersion. And if you still don't believe me, they forgot to render back faces on her vest, so you can see right through it on the inside. She has the neck of a giraffe. Her hair turns gray very easily in certain lighting conditions. No wonder people think she looks old. All these model and texture problems just keep adding up. Even without this knowledge, if this is how Valve wanted Alyx Vance to definitively look, the face flexes would not look like this. That bit I just did there alone will cause me lost sleep. Trying to make Alyx's face look decent while trying to stray away from the default face pose is pure suffering. Let's look at one of Corey Lado's videos for example. Alyx looking this way isn't necessarily Corey's fault. Corey is just trying to help her express basic human emotion, but instead it looks like she took a bite out of a lemon. I have an idea. Let's take a frame from Corey Lado's video and try to match Alyx's face flexes in my Source Filmmaker session to look like his. And then we'll take the face flexes and copy them over on a model that's supposed to look good and is finished and see how that looks. Wait, did he actually shorten the neck? I'm not sure. We just send this to Corey. See what he thinks about it. Yikes! As you can see, although the face is a little bit too contorted, it still looks like a human being. It still looks like a human being could make this face if they tried hard enough. Or if they cried hard enough, I suppose. I swear, her looking somewhat decent in my Breaking Bad animation and other posters that I might have made is nothing short of black magic. Gordon's model is unfinished too, it's just that Valve accidentally made him more bearable to look at. If you move his arms, you can see holes in his shoulders. If you face pose him, you get significantly better results, but still not as good as it could be compared to Eli, G-Man, or Russell, who get right up in your face. And in these cases, you get to see these models up close and personal for more than 5 seconds, so of course they're going to look better, because in these situations you can tell if something's off. In conclusion, does this model look good? No. Is the model finished? No. Is this definitively how Alyx Vance will look in future Half-Life games? No. It really seems that Valve only remade the bare bones of Alyx's model, so that from a distance and in very specific lighting, this will look like Alyx Vance to you in the game. I imagine that if we see Alyx up close and personal in a future Half-Life game, not only would she look good, she would also look more like she does in Half-Life 2 and the episodes, just with more detail.
Go on across, Gordon. She's waiting for you. You lucky dog, you.
I honestly made this video so that I wouldn't have to explain this to anyone who asked. I would just link this video to them and be done with it.